Okay, hi everyone. Welcome to my first episode of Facebook live stream today, and the topic is about anxiety. Okay, and understanding it from the TCM perspective. Now, for the first time that I'm doing live stream, of course, I'm already going through some anxiety myself. Yeah. So, but because I have some understanding about what is going on within me, so I will have control and also make peace with what I'm feeling. Alright, all the anxious thoughts, all the symptoms and signs of what my body is showing up as anxious. And the reason why I chose anxiety for this topic is because nowadays we are still in the midst of pandemic, and I believe there is a lot of mental stress going on, and I do hear a lot of people talking about being anxious and depressed and all kinds of mental illnesses coming up these days. Alright, so that's why we want to understand what is going on within us. Then you will be able to move forward with a wiser way of managing and dealing with the symptoms and signs. Alright, so with anxiety, a lot of times I believe all of us have gone through that. So the symptoms that you have may be heart palpitations. Okay, you will suddenly feel like your heart pounding very fast. Alright, and then there's also a lot of overthinking, yeah, and definitely it will affect the sleep, and you become very unfocused, yeah, and loss of concentration. For some people, they will feel tension and tightness in the jaw and in the throat, okay, what we term as the TMJ, which is the clenching of the jaws and also tightening of the throat. Yeah, and sometimes there will be also a lot of frustrations and even shaking happening with anxiety. Okay, so with that, all these symptoms, okay, if it happens on a frequent and maybe daily basis, it can be, put as the chronic side of anxiety. However, if anxiety taken to an acute level, which is really the body is breaking down already, alright, it will go into what we call a panic attack state, alright, and panic attack, I think many of us also have gone through that. Okay, it is where the body actually goes frozen and you may feel like you are really numb, yeah, and it's like the whole mind just goes blank, right, and whatever that you are doing, whatever situation that you are in, okay, it just debilitates you. Okay, you totally become dysfunctional. Yeah, and this is true, and it happens around us. Okay, as the acute state of anxiety and taken to the extreme is panic attack. So when it's actually happening to the body when we have anxiety, okay, not say this emotion, this state of the body is unwanted. Alright, but there's a reason for how the body wants to react in this way. Okay, so let's talk about it from the Western point of view first. Alright, understanding it from the physical nerves and body, flesh and bones state. Alright, so the Western medicine will always say, okay, your nervous system is too activated. Yeah. And the nervous system, okay, the big term is going to come called the sympathetic nervous system, okay, which actually is the one that put us in a fight and flight mode. Alright, and actually this is necessary in our body, okay, because the body wants you to be able to handle the situation at that point in time. So it puts you on high adrenaline and in an anxious state so that you will be able to go through whatever you are going through. Okay, which may be a period of very stress situations or events. Yeah, so actually that is how the body reacts, so that you can actually deal with and go through that event, alright, that is actually quite scary to you. Okay, however, if this state of anxiety, okay, this fight and flight mode is always being given to you, or your body is constantly in that state, okay, it's going to cause you to go into a chronic state of anxiety, which means even when there's no situations of stress, right, you will still feel all the anxiety symptoms, which is heart palpitations, cannot sleep well, cannot focus, and just keep feeling like you're on the toes, like somebody is chasing you. Alright, so this is from the Western point of view. Okay, they always just talk about the nervous system is too activated for a prolonged period of time. Right, then how about TCM? How do we look at anxiety? Okay, so for TCM is very holistic. We don't really talk about the nervous system because in ancient times, nerves, all this don't really exist in the classic text, okay? And to give you a whole big perspective, okay, about anxiety, why it happens, okay, is from the yin and the yang perspective. Right, yin means there's a pull factor. Yang means there's a push factor for you to be put in a state of anxiety. Okay, the yin factor, which is the pull factor, is basically your body, for a start, is already weak. Right? So when your body is already weak, okay, whatever stimulus that you give it, it will start to fall ill, or it can't handle the stress that the outside world is giving to it. Alright, and the push factor, which is the external stress, yeah, and all the unrealistic expectations that you may be giving to yourself, okay, be it the situation is stressful or not, yeah, okay, that will be the yang factor, okay. So there is a pull and a push factor. And if your body is already weakened right from the start, how does it weaken? Okay, it's basically from your lifestyle, right, from your sleep, diet, and then your exercise regime and how you manage your day-to-day stress, right? So if you constantly put yourself in a lack of sleep state, okay, sleeping very late, or your sleep quality is not good, yeah, you will weaken your body, okay, your immunity will go down, yeah. And then if your eating habits, okay, eating a lot of cold foods and a lot of eating not regular times, and also you don't exercise, yeah, to increase the strength of your body and your internal organs, okay, basically your body is already at a state where any viruses, any illnesses, any bacteria, any situations of stress, okay, that you put your body through, it can't handle, and the balance will be tipped and you will fall sick. Yeah, so you just need one push factor of being stressed, okay, simple stress, yeah, like not even situations that are stressed, you will feel stressed, and you will go into a mode of the fight and flight, because the body will feel like, oh no, it's being endangered, although the situation may be not life-threatening. Yeah, so then you will start to activate all these signs and symptoms, okay, to let you go into a state of fighting. Yeah, right. So in the Chinese medicine perspective, okay, there is no such term called anxiety in the classic text, right? And so nervous system also don't exist in the classic ancient text. So what do we see this situation of anxiety affecting which organs most, right? So the organs that is most affected is the heart, right? Okay, so for the heart in Chinese medicine, it's not just about the physical heart, okay, the one that is pumping blood to all of us. In Chinese medicine, all the organs, they have the meaning of the physical meaning, okay, which is the physical state of that organ, and also the functional state of that organ, okay, which is in TCM for the heart, we say that it's the master of the body, and also the emperor of all the organs network. Okay, in Chinese it's called 心为君主之官. Okay, so basically it's the emperor. If this emperor has something happen to it, okay, slowly all the rest of the organs will start to show up a lot of imbalances or just go haywire. Okay, just don't want to work. Yeah. Okay, so in Chinese medicine, the heart actually refers to all the nervous system, okay, and also there is a term for it. The heart refers to the mind, okay, yeah, so it's responsible for mental clarity and emotional balance, Okay, so in situations where you constantly feel very anxious, definitely the heart will be involved. All right, and when the heart, so you see the vicious cycle that is happening when already, let's say your body is weakened by your daily habits, or you are born with a weak body constitution, right? And then there comes the push factor of a stress, okay, a big stress coming into your life, right? Then it's going to hurt the heart. And as we said, the heart is the emperor of all organs network. So when the heart is being hurt, okay, it's going to start to disrupt other organ system, okay, and weaken them as well. Yeah. So when that happens, okay, your body will be put in a state of also being more weakened, okay, on top of your lifestyle, your poor lifestyle habits, okay, it's going to weaken even more because now the organs inside is imbalanced and hurt, okay, and that creates the yin factor, which is the pull factor, even more, okay, to be susceptible to more stress. So as you go by day to day, okay, in this mode, and being susceptible to daily small stresses, you actually can't handle the small stresses anymore, okay, because the small stresses in your body will be seen as very big stress because the body is very weak already, the constitution, it can't handle anything that is big. Okay, so when really something big happens, that's why you go to an event or you need to go to an exam, right? Something really that requires you to spike up your fight and flight. It cannot already. The body will go into another extreme state of frozen because it say, I cannot take it already. Okay, because it wants you to go through that big event, okay, by letting you pump the adrenaline and getting you, okay, through this event in a fight mode. However, if your body is already so weak and then one more big event come, it just cannot. So what we call is we go into a panic attack. Okay, that's where people say, like they really cannot handle, their mind go blank. Yeah, and then whatever situation they are in, they just cannot. They just stay frozen and numb. Yeah, because what is happening to the body? Because the body say, I cannot handle this kind of big stress. Okay, and I want to shut down. Yeah, it's a self-protecting mechanism of the body. Okay, so that's what happens when the body is when anxiety happens within you. So definitely, simply put, okay, the heart is definitely highly affected with anxiety, and over the vicious cycle of this weakening of the heart and then weakening of the rest of the body organ system, okay, then come more stresses from daily life, then it's going to, go in a vicious cycle and you're just going to be weakened and weakened. So that's why people will start to feel the anxiety going in a chronic state. Yeah, and it weakens all their organs, okay, and the body just start to show up many other illnesses, right, and it actually stems from the heart, right.